All right, folks, before the puck drops, a big shout out to Big 8. Fellow Atlantic Canadians keeping us refreshed since 1986.
Their bottled water is straight from a natural spring in Valley, Nova Scotia. Clean and crisp.
And don't forget, 23 flavors of carbonated soft drinks made with natural sugars. Many flavors, now in cans too.
Big 8's got that East Coast charm, and you know we're all about that.
So grab a Big 8 and stay refreshed. All right, now let's get into the hockey.
Took the words right out of my mouth, Gary.
Today's sponsor, Big 8. I still don't have mine here. I'll get it though.
You don't say that out loud, Jeremy.
Well, I mean, you can't see it. I mean, I would have it if, but
all those files back there, I assume that's what those are.
They're in
That's
here.
what we're wondering, just so you know. We had a full conversation without you. Like, what does he have in those?
I mean, you could do a pretty good identity theft with everything in there, you know? A lot of personal documents and things. So, yeah, if you want to break in, have at it.
Gotcha. Matt thought it was all your scrapbooking stuff.
I just said you were an avid scrapbooker as far as I knew. So those are all your like paper combinations and stuff.
Maybe I am, eh? Wouldn't that be something?
I'm not being a tool here. I'm being serious.
Lest we offend our scrapbooking audience.
Oh, gosh. Yes.
Absolutely. You wouldn't want that.
No.
Yeah. So, boys, what's going on with the Devils?
Well, I right off the hop, I don't know if you ever, and I'm talking like just a little bit ago before we went on the air, and I'm subscribed to all these. I have to delete half of them because half of what these hockey groups post on social media are fake. Like it's a lot of clickbait.
Oh,
and this one just looked too good to be true. So rather than click on it, I was like, what the heck? And I immediately like rushed right over to like the New Jersey Devils social media. And someone has gotten the real picture. So for whatever reason, the New Jersey Devils, they have posted a picture of, one sec here. I'm trying to get up my phone so I don't lie to you. Please let it still be up. Yes. So they posted this picture, two pictures side by side, and all their caption says is, "Hey there, Jack." Jack Hughes in the U.S. uniform, right? And there he is, like walking out on the ice with the shoes on, carrying the skates. That's fine. I guess I got a little bit of a hike from the dressing rooms there and stuff. And then the next picture, it's Brady Tkachuk, Matthew Tkachuk, and Jack Hughes. And then you get looking at it and you're like, wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can see 7 legs.
Like 3 people? 7 legs?
And I can actually see 8 skates with 7 legs. And sure enough, it was a brothers picture with Quinn Hughes. And the New Jersey Devils media team completely just cropped out Quinn. So it's the Tkachuks and Jack in Quinn's leg. Like they didn't even do a great job of cropping it out. Like you can still see part of his shoulder, and there's this. Like it's so strange. Like why would you bother? You were better off leaving him on there and putting like one of those censor anonymity signs over his face. Like I don't understand how that
like,
one passed.
What is the purpose of that? Right? Jack is there. It's his brother. Like. How's he gonna feel? Like,
well, it's not like
brother.
You know what I mean? There's a picture of Brady and Matthew. I can't see the Senators getting all upset, and they're like, "No, Matthew, crop him out. He doesn't play here." Yeah. Like, why would you? What?
I mean, Quinn did kind of stifle the New Jersey bid, right? So there's some bad blood there, but you still have his 2 brothers on your team.
Yes,
like Jack and Luke, like
both of like. Oh. But to not even acknowledge, but it's just like, but they didn't even play into it like it was a joke. Their captions,
right.
Hey there, Jack. No. This might
I love
actually
to imagine
be
the panic that went on because, like, the teams hire, like social media. What are they called? There's a name for it. I don't know. Anyways, they're like admins for all the social media stuff. And I just like to imagine that there's someone hired on to do editing, and they just grabbed the wrong file. Like, but why that file exists in the first place? Like why would you even keep that around?
I don't know, man. Ask
but it's
Trump.
Yeah. It's such a bad job. I got to assume, like, they had to do that on purpose, right? Like, they had to know that was going to get caught.
You got to imagine.
There's 7 legs.
It's real bad. But even, like, the chest area, there's, like, 2 Team USA logos, like, right next, like, kind of glitched into each other. Like,
and the stripe on the bottom of the jersey, right where your hips are, it just randomly cuts. There's 3 more stripes, and then it's into Matthew. Like, it's very strange.
They had to know that would have been seen. Like, I don't know. It has to be something. Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
It's
it made my day, though. I'm not gonna lie.
They're trying to say that Jack's going to take up ski jumping.
Oh, I hope people got that. I hope that doesn't go over people's heads. No pun intended.
Oh, 3 legs, eh, Gary?
What? Oh man!
Don't Google it.
No,
moving on.
Too good. Well, yeah, I legitimately I've checked back like 3 times to make sure New Jersey's left it up, and they have. Like, and I'm so happy they've left it up. Like, that's hilarious.
It's amazing. It's so good. Especially since the source picture exists. Yeah. Like, it's not like a picture that they took and it's only that they have access to.
Oh, and
it's like a media picture from Team USA.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
I grabbed it all, too. I screen grabbed whatever I could in case they take it down. Oh, yeah. That's too good.
It's brutal.
I'm wondering if we should move right on and get into this week's Big 8 Player of the Week.
Dave's a killer. Yeah. Dave's a killer.
Yeah, I have a nomination I'd like to put forward, if that's okay with you guys.
Would absolutely love to hear a nomination.
So the NHL is kind of on pause right now, so you don't have a ton of games to go by.
No,
so.
I'm in withdrawals. Not going to lie.
All right. Oh, Saturday night was brutal. It was
really bad.
Rough.
Really bad.
So I'd like to put forward Brandon Hagel as my nominee for the Big 8 Player of the Week. I don't know what his stats were for the week. I care less. But watching him beat the tar out of Matthew Tkachuk gives him my nomination, because that put a huge smile on my face. Tkachuk was running around trying to take out Kucherov at the end of the Lightning game, the Florida game. I'm not a Lightning fan, but like, it's the last game before the Olympics. The game's a blowout, and you have Tkachuk running around, and Hagel does not let him get away. And it made me so happy to see Matthew get beat. It's not the first time that's happened. He got into it with Zach Kassian once and tried to get away, and Kassian just filled him in and ragdolled him, and so good. So I would like to put forth for consideration Brandon Hagel.
Yeah. No arguments for me.
No arguments for me.
I'm on board.
Okay, Congratulations, Hagel. Yeah. You are the Big 8 Player of the Week for beating the brakes off of Matthew Tkachuk.
Hear, hear.
Hear, hear.
Hear, hear.
Here.
Hear, hear.
Wow, I suck. Oh, man.
Oh,
man, that's refreshing.
The cola is really good.
Oh,
really
man. Yeah, it's funny with that play. I thought Tkachuk was going to maybe do it on one of the Canadian potential players going, but he does it to Kucherov.
Right.
I thought it was like you could do it as a message, like, heads up, boys, like, you know what I mean? Here we go. Yep. But he does it to Kucherov. It's like,
who, by the way,
what?
Like Kucherov gets on my nerves. Like, we went over this last week, but he's just standing there.
Yeah.
He doesn't
100
even
feet away from the play. Like,
Like he loops all the way around
Yeah.
to go behind him.
He's just getting up from being hit by, was it Forsling or?
I think so.
I think so, Gary.
Someone's on
I was
the
gonna bring that up. He was actually interfered with twice. Like he was just running for no reason twice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And in the replay, he's just standing there. Like there's no. And then
the
wham
last
from
minute of the
behind
game.
and knocks him down again. And here we go. Yeah.
I mean, we won't see any of that at the Olympics between like Hagel and Tkachuk. So like, get it out now. Like, just do it. I love it.
Yep.
Yeah. We won't see any of it.
Yeah,
There'll be
'cause-
some animosity there for sure.
Yeah, and like everyone already kind of knows we're going to international hockey officiating, so there's just going to be
Mm-hmm.
there will be no tolerance for that stuff. It won't be the NHL style Four Nations, but I don't
No,
think it's
it's
going to matter. Anyways,
No
but-
2-minute penalty for an illegal check to the head when you
Yeah.
almost decapitate
Right.
Charlie McAvoy.
Yeah.
2 minutes. Yeah.
No, that won't be happening.
Man, he was very sour about that, McAvoy, like tweeting out once they got to Milan, like this picture of his face.
Yeah.
Big egg on it. Like, anyway,
Yeah.
he plays him in the first game of their tournament. Like the guy that elbowed him in the head.
Oh, man.
Hard to blame him. I mean, that was scary. I thought he was going to miss. Like, we didn't know if he was going to miss the Olympics too, right?
Right.
And I mean,
And
after
he had that
all
crazy Four Nations thing.
yeah, I just felt bad for the dude. So I'm kind of glad he's made it. So
And not the I heard his name in rumors, by the way, last week, but it's not the type of tournament either where you can take receipts. Do you know what I mean? Because there's no.
yeah,
Like you can't follow up on anything. They're going to call you, and it could be bad. So
well, and
I mean, if you're
yeah.
playing on the first game of the tournament, maybe you take the run with a 2-game suspension or something.
yeah, round robin, you know,
Make it worth it.
yeah.
I mean, Gary, you're not entirely wrong.
But I mean, yeah, once it's elimination games, it's one and done, right? Like you can't really fool around. So, but yeah, speaking of that Olympic stuff, let's get into some of that there, boys. We've had a couple practices now from the teams. We've got some line combinations we could talk about. Is there anything that stood out to you guys from the first few days of practice?
Right before we get into the lines and stuff, because I'm really curious to go over the lines and see what you guys think. I was looking at that today. I came across a really clickbaity thing today that
Yes. Right.
Matthews fires shots at Nylander. And like an idiot, I click on it. And they're talking about this is how it is. It's literally the headline is Matthews fires shots at Nylander. And then I'm realizing as I'm reading it, this is the same interview I already watched where a reporter says, "So are you going to have any spare time to hang out with Willie in the athletes village?" And Matthews just says, "No," while smiling, by the way, which we're, as Leafs fans, he never smiles, so we're not used to that. So he's smiling, and he says, "No, I think I'll stick to Team USA while we're here and spend some time with our teammates. But we'll catch back up with each other when we get back to Toronto." That's it. That's what he said. But the headline was Matthews fires shot at Nylander.
Right.
And I'm like,
There's a bunch
what
of
are you
that going
talking
on.
about? It's so
They got your
kinds of
click
that going
too.
on.
So
yeah,
it
they
worked.
got me too. Yeah.
Yeah.
What are your first impressions of these Team Canada lines?
Do you want to go over them real
Yeah.
quick? Got them there.
Yeah, I've got I was trying to find the latest from today to see if there was any changes for. Might as well start with Canada, I suppose. It looks like it's the same combinations as the first practice. So we've got a top line of
Yep.
Celebrini, McDavid, and Wilson, like we all predicted.
Right up there.
Took the words out of my mouth, as anyone would have guessed. Yeah.
Yeah. Follow that up with Marchand, McKinnon, and Suzuki. And after that, things kind of start to make sense. Not saying I disagree, but just so third line, we've got Stone, Crosby, Marner, and then Hagel, Horvat, Reinhardt on the fourth line. The defensive pairs, I mean, not a ton of. These are pretty much what was going on for Four Nations, where you got Taves, Makar, Morrissey, Pareko, Harley, and Doughty. Theodore and Sanheim are the 7th and 8th guys. So, but the top two lines for Canada have been grabbing some attention, and rightly so. Yeah.
One of the comments I saw, and I didn't see a whole lot of video, but I got to see some, is that the surprising amount of chemistry between Suzuki and Marchand. So I'll be really curious to see, to be honest. Just feels weird. Do you know what I mean? But
Yep. Yeah, it's not really what anybody was thinking. In terms of that line, I can understand Marchand in that role. McKinnon's used to playing a lot with either one of Valerian Shushkin or Arturi Lehkonen, and both of them are puck hounds. So they're the wingers chasing the puck into the corners. They're fighting for pucks. They're digging them out, and they're getting them to him, and he's either can go to the flank or he can go low to high or whatever. He can kind of play his game from there. So Marchand kind of made sense. And then, but the Suzuki one, I was trying to figure out a little bit more of. So I was talking to a Habs fan at work, and he was saying,
"There's your mistake right there."
Yeah, he said he should have been first line center. And we were kind of talking about that, and he's like, "Well, Suzuki he's not really a dog on pucks, but what they think might happen there is Suzuki sets up Caulfield for a lot of his goals, and they're wondering if they might be able to do something like that with him and McKinnon." Is what I've read and what I've understood, but I don't quite know how that's going to look. It's interesting.
McKinnon can, though, sometimes be a line all by himself. And I mean that like as the biggest possible compliment.
Yep.
If he decides to go at center, he's going.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like it's
definitely. Yep. It's I guess it's like, you know, if you're trying to weaponize the assets you have,
yeah,
you know, he's best used, I think, in that you know, basically the third forward, you know, Marchand, Suzuki be F1 and F2, and then he's kind of hanging out high and he's able to go up to the top and whatever else. But I mean, we're talking like, I mean, these guys they're going to have to change roles. Like Suzuki, I think is right. Obviously in a new role. He's the new guy. He's going to have to make some adjustments to his game, and some of those guys will be expected to do that too.
Yeah.
I see these top three lines as more just here's three lines that we've put together, not necessarily like a 1, 2, 3 ranking. Like,
yes,
you look at Celebrini and McDavid, they're great trigger men and playmakers, and then you've got Wilson who can go dig the puck out of the corner. Like he's like their grinder on that line, right?
For sure.
So when you look at like Marchand and Suzuki, the same thing for McKinnon kind of thing. And McKinnon can do anything he wants, like Tyson was saying. But like you've got he can be there and shoot as well. Then you got Crosby, Stone, and Marner. I mean, Marner and Stone play together in Vegas, so like you've got some chemistry there on the wings. And so I look at those three as like they may not be 1, 2, 3. They may be this is who we're going to match against this line. This is who we're going to match against this line, and rather than like here's our top line. Like even when you get down to the 7 and 8 defensemen, like Theodore and Sanheim, like I think Theodore is quarterbacking PP2 on the in the practices.
I believe
so like
he is. Yep,
he's like, you know, not even in the top 6 defensemen, but he will still quarterback PP2. So like these players are going to get outside of their normal roles and just play a different part, right? So.
Exactly. Yeah. And and we got to talk about this top line. Well, sorry. to your point,
Sorry.
a line that could be a top line.
Well, I was going to
But
ask
yes.
you about that because I completely agree with Matt in that Wilson's your guy to go dig it out when you have these two playmakers. It's not lost on me that as good as Celebrini is, and he has been fantastic, he's a kid.
Mhm.
And do you think anybody is going to touch him with Tom Wilson out there?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, for sure.
I just
think-
wonder if that's an aspect to Cooper's thinking at all. Like if that factors in, like, you know what?
Yeah. Or,
Yeah,
or
it's probably-
McDavid.
He's probably.
I don't know, but like
also
I've watched McDavid handle himself.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what.
No,
Yeah.
no, I
You
know
know what I
He's
mean? It's where
fine.
my mind went.
And-
Like,
yeah.
He's not a kid.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Celebrini's also one of the few people who are actually going to be able to keep up with McDavid.
Yes.
yes.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
So-
who else like Marchand can't?
I am
Marner
just
really
dying just once at some point, please. Can I see Celebrini, McDavid, and McKinnon out at the same time? Just once.
It's
Like,
in
I'll
some
do
blowout
anything.
game.
I'll do anything.
I mean, he
I
was
just
not
want to
afraid.
see.
Yeah, he wasn't afraid to like that. Only happened a few times in the Four Nations.
Yep.
But it was when like I think it was like in the Finland game, he kind of mixed up some of those guys. At one point, it was Crosby, McDavid, McKinnon out at the same time. That not a power play.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think seeing Celebrini, like I've seen the Avs play the Sharks a few times, and Celebrini is so like he's not Sidney Crosby. I'm not
No.
saying that, but like he is Sidney Crosby-esque with he's down low. He's facilitating a lot of play from like down low where Crosby has made his career. He's so strong on the puck for his age already. And again, it's kind of like you're allowing a guy like McDavid to have a bit of space, and you got Celebrini and Wilson down low. The other thing too, I don't think you can shortchange Tom Wilson on is he's used to playing with the greatest goal scorer who's ever lived. Now, McDavid and Ovechkin don't quite play the same type of game. Little difference, little nuance there.
Yeah.
But he knows how to play, I think, with good players, and they talk about that as an underrated thing with understanding how to play with good players. And I think they're hoping that Wilson is going to be able to use his experience to understand to be effective on a line with a guy like McDavid.
To impersonate Zach Hyman.
Yeah, all of his goals will be from the top of the crease.
You just watch. It'll be that line. Tom Wilson will end up leading that line in goals.
Oh, yeah. I don't
Potentially, yeah.
Potentially.
Yeah.
And all goals are second and third rebounds. Yeah. But man, a goal's a goal. Goal's a goal. Yeah, I'm weirdly excited to see them together. I'm curious. Honestly, it's like
yeah. Something I heard Jeff Merrick saying too is I think Canada's got a tougher group than what the US does. So in the round robin, I think they're going to have a little bit more of a test with some of these lines too. Might be a bit of an advantage for them, but yeah. Yeah, I mean, and then you've got Stone, Crosby, Marner. I don't think there's I know we saw a lot of Stone and Crosby in Four Nations.
Yep.
I don't remember if Marner played with those two so much because I feel like that was McKinnon originally with those two
He
guys.
kind of moved around because
He
Marner
moved
was
around.
like the ninth forward kind of thing for a bit, and then he kind of earned his way up, kept going up the roster, and then he'd play in the top line for a bit and then down. He was kind of all over the place.
He had a couple clutch moments, right? That
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. That's why he earned his spots to get up there, right? So,
Yeah.
But between Marner and Stone playing together now in Vegas, and the feeling that Crosby could play with anyone on that lineup and just make it happen. Crosby's Crosby.
Crosby is Crosby.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I think they'll be just fine.
And something I think was underrated about Stone in Four Nations was, I mean, he's made a career out of being a high IQ player. He's notoriously one of the slowest players in the league, but he's also so good defensively. And he understood like immediately. I remember in Four Nations, like he understood Crosby's game. he just found the open areas. He knew Crosby was going to find him. Like I found he was pretty quick to build chemistry. So I think those two together will be all right.
Yep.
So
Did you guys see
Yep.
the power play formations? Go over them real quick because I this tweet caught my eye because it was just like in my head, like how amazing are these setups, right? Like you've got power play 1, so it's Makar with flanks, McDavid and McKinnon. The bumper is Reinhart, and down low is Crosby. Like put that on any team. Like you basically got 5 forwards with Makar out there, like, but he's still a defenseman, just the way he moves.
Yeah.
And then you've got McDavid and McKinnon on like the circles, the flanks.
And even
Reinhart, the bumper, whatever. And then Crosby down low, just like tipping pucks and banging away in front and making plays.
Yeah.
Like, oh my goodness, so good.
it was kind of like
many-
they connected in the first power play of the Four Nations tournament. The three
Right.
of
And it
them.
was with a disgusting play,
Yeah,
if I
it was
remember
just-
right.
Yeah, and it was exactly those. It was those two on the wing, and Crosby knew where McKinnon was, and he made a no-look pass, and he was in the net immediately.
Right. So it's like, okay, so you happen to kill off the first minute of the power play. Who's coming out with the boards? So you've got, like I mentioned earlier, Theodore quarterbacking PP2 with Celebrini and Marner on the wings. So, I mean, huge playmakers there with Horvat in the bumper and Stone out down front. The behemoth of a guy that is Stone. So,
Yes.
like, where's the weakness in those two?
Yeah.
I mean, I know we say it, but we're also playing the other nation's best players too. I
Yes.
get it, but
That's
like,
right. Yeah. It's,
Oh my goodness, just so
but
good.
it's something. it is something. The only thing I thought was interesting to think about there was if you're going to split up McDavid, McKinnon, Crosby, after let's say your power play expires and you don't score somehow.
Right.
I guess like you've got players from across 3 lines, so you're pretty much going to your 4th line. Like if power play 2 doesn't get out there, but not.
You'd have to double shift them, or maybe there's a stoppage, like you get a break
Exactly.
or something, or a TV timeout. But yeah, you may have to. That's when you throw Hagel, Horvat, and I mean, I guess Reinhardt's on PP1, but
right.
he's playing a bumper position.
Yeah,
so
he's just standing there.
he's probably
waiting.
not that tired.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, it's just interesting. You don't normally see that type of power play spread across lines like that, but something I thought was interesting. But the other thing too is, and we'll move on, is the breakouts. So let's say you get the puck down the ice. You've got the 2 guys that are automatic on zone entries. I mean, just pick one of them, and like you've gained the zone every 100% of the time. Like it's crazy. You know what I mean? You do the long drop pass.
Yep.
And you know, you're going to be in the zone like every time. So that's going to be fun to watch, but yeah, unless there's any final thoughts on Canada there, we could take a look at
Who was the last goaltender off the ice?
Yeah. I don't think
We don't talk about that part.
Yeah, I know. Eh?
They're going Thompson, right?
I think Binnington was in the starters net today at practice.
That's what I thought.
That's what I read, at least.
But Cooper didn't allow media.
It's still like 2+ days away, right? You know what I mean? Like things could change. It's
For
just,
sure.
We'll practice tomorrow too.
Did you see the media thing today? My wife had to show me. Some fan
I
snuck
didn't.
in pretending to be media and actually got in and got all the way to question period. And they realized he wasn't media when he asked Sid for his autograph. Like that's some top-notch security.
Wow.
And I guess the other press just like blasted the guy. Like, what are you doing here?
That's
Yeah.
incredible.
Yeah, because they're all like, "Don't ruin this for all of us."
Yep. Ruin it real quick.
No, I did not see that, but
Can I
I know
have
what I'm
your
looking for
autograph?
after.
Oh, yeah. Do we want to talk about USA?
I got their lines here.
Do you have all 4
same.
lines? Because I can only find 2.
I got according to I'm on Flow Hockey here, and it has them listed as of today.
Yeah,
on the
same.
practice.
I'm looking the
Okay.
same way.
So
I'll go by yours.
Brady Tkachuk, Jack Eichel, and Matthew Tkachuk.
Makes sense.
Jake Gensel, Austin Matthews, and Matt Boldy.
That's the
Kyle
line
Connor,
I saw too. Yeah.
Yeah, Kyle Connor, Dylan Larkin, and Tage Thompson. That's a scary line. That's going to be a scary good line.
Took the words out of
like,
my mouth.
Like it's one where you don't think, but like Kyle Connor, he's having a bad year this year, but he has crazy potential from years past. Dylan Larkin is just always there, and Tage Thompson is just
he's having himself
good.
He's having himself a go there right now.
Yeah, and then you've got the fourth line. We got JT Miller. He's pretty good, I heard, these days. Good captain. We've got well, Brock Nelson's pretty good. He's in the center, but it could also be Vince Trocheck, and then Jack Hughes on the other side. With the 13th forward being Clayton Keller, or I guess 14th forward.
Yeah.
On defense, we've got Hughes and McAvoy paired up. That is going to be a very speedy D-line right there. They are going to never stop moving forward.
Yeah.
Jacob Slavin and Faber. Hannafin and Worinsky.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Sanderson and Lacombe as the 7 and 8.
I got to tell you, the U.S. has got us beat on defense.
I was just sitting here thinking, like, I would take Jacob Slavin in a heartbeat.
That, like, Brock Faber, I think, is probably a guy that, not a lot of people know about, but like him, like he's a Minnesota defenseman, and paired with Slavin, I mean, you put anybody with Slavin, it's tough anyway.
I just think on either the two teams we've talked about so far, you throw a defenseman out because we have to shut this team down right now. You want Slavin out there.
Yeah, he's just. If you want to talk about what the Norris Trophy is, he should win it each year. Like, as far as a person playing defense, that he's like the best at it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just going to zip my lips on the Norris Trophy. I have thoughts. We'll save it for another episode.
Listen, man, I probably agree with you. Like, I hear you. But
I'll just sum it up to say there should be 2 defensive awards if you're going to give the current Norris plus what the Norris actually is.
I have a hard time giving the awards much thought anyways, but
true.
But yeah, I agree with you. But yeah, I mean, like, I know the defensive pairs is going to be a bit of the same thing we're talking about with forward lines. I don't know if this is really your third pair, but like Zach Werenski is like right there with Bakar. They're flip flopping from what I'm reading on who's the leader for the Norris this year, and
he's having a career year.
Like, and he's on your third pair with Noah Hannafin. And then you've got Jake Sanderson is the 7th defenseman, who I think is pretty underrated. I mean, in Ottawa,
it's amazing at Four Nations.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Yeah.
Huge part of the team. And like, I don't know, man. I'm just not happy about any of those pairs. None of them.
You say Jake Sanderson is underrated and shouldn't be in the 7th spot, but who would you put him in front of in the top 6?
Totally fair. Completely fair. Like, I don't know. Like, I look at the forwards and I'm like, okay, you can stack up, like, you could go against that, but the defense, that's pretty tough.
I felt the same way about the U.S.'s forwards today. I saw some people complaining. I didn't see the lines, but I saw some comments complaining that Hughes was on the 4th line. And I was sitting there like, yeah, and Keller's just where? Like, because you could make that argument. Like, I think Keller's underrated. I don't think he gets.
He's on the bench at this point, or he's like their 14th forward. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's very underrated.
Like, I mean, I could see him taking JT Miller's spot if he's still going to be, JT Miller, I guess. But
Jay, I heard you talking about, and we were all talking about the power play for Team Canada, and like, if they want to take it into the zone, they're taking it into the zone. And while you were saying that, I could only see 2 lines from Team USA, but I was looking at all 4 defensive pairings, and I was like,
yeah, fair enough. Yep. Fair, totally fair. Yeah. It is brutal. Like, even the way these lines are constructed, there's very unique identity on each one. I know they're going to move around and all that, but if you just look at, so you got your top line of the Tkachuks and Eichel in the middle. I mean,
they're just going to be the crashing line, right?
Yeah,
like
exactly. Yeah. Smash and bang, and then Eichel's going to be there to clean up. And then you look at the second line of Gensel, Matthews, and Boldy. That is like 3 snipers. Like Gensel, I know like maybe he's not the biggest name, but that guy scores timely goals.
Mm-hmm.
He's an elite shooter. He's always in the mix in big games. Obviously, you've got Matthews in the middle. And then Matt Boldy, who, again, because he's in Minnesota, I feel like you don't hear about him. Like, he's one of the best. I think he's like the leading, or is he? No, he's one of the leading American scorers right now, anyways. Other than some guys who aren't in this Olympics, but
I didn't know if you wanted to pull on that thread or not. I didn't know if you wanted to go that way.
yeah,
I still think that's insane. But
I
anyway.
know it's pretty wild.
Yeah.
And then you look at this third line. If you talk about differences in identity, you got Kyle Connor and Dylan Larkins. Like they're 2 fastest players on a line together, and you've got Tage Thompson, who is 6'75" and can take 2 steps and be with them anyway. And that guy has a pretty wild ability about him too. He kind of like when he runs cold, he runs pretty cold, but when he runs hot, it's pretty scary. Those 3 lines are 3 pretty unique identities. So.
Yeah, I'm scary concerned about that Larkin line.
I agree, man. That was caught my eye for sure.
They could be like a difference maker in a big game where the top 2 lines kind of cancel each other out.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Now,
100%.
Bill Guerin said a couple weeks ago that, like, as far as him leaving certain players off, he was trying to put together a team with certain roles and lines in mind. Like, he wanted to, you know what I mean? Like, if we were just taking the top American players in the league, kind of blindly, what do you need a GM for? Do you think, looking at the lines put together that way, that he's kind of right?
So imagine, where would Robertson fit in? Where would Caulfield
And that's it. Like, I don't know where.
Yep.
Who do you bump for Robertson when you see how they've laid out these lines?
JT Miller. I don't care if it's the same position or not. Like, you just
that
play in the wrong position.
Do you think that is like they felt like they owed him? Almost like they're not going to not take him or something?
Canada's notorious for that. I don't know how much the...
Hey, Martin St. Louis calling.
Yeah.
Remember when he's left off?
Yeah, exactly.
Trade me right now.
And Brett Hall changed his citizenship over the stuff.
Yeah,
but
he did.
Like to your point, like Nelson Trocheck to center that line. I mean, that's role playing. Like Nelson's having a pretty good offensive year, but he's going to be there because his line is quietly great defensively. It has been since he showed up in Colorado, and he kills penalties. Trocheck is no different. And I think Jack Hughes is kind of the guy that he's going to have to adjust his role a little bit if he wants to stay there. But yeah, that's kind of the you're talking about like the typical team dynamic. I mean, that's what they're going for with that.
And don't let Jack Hughes barbecue or any sharp utensils or anything. Just let the chefs handle it, guys.
I actually heard a rumor that they cut the food for him. Is that true?
Using all of his contracts.
Yeah.
must have your food cut.
Yeah, Quinn sits beside him and cuts it all up for him.
The team sits down to eat and everybody hauls out their knives and forks, and then he gets the wooden utensils.
Oh man, that will never not be funny. So did you hear? Did you hear that their Team USA is staying in the Olympic Village, and Team Canada is like going to stay in hotels instead? Sportsnet ran an article on it today.
That must have been McKinnon requested that. He didn't want to mingle with anybody.
Well, you look at what's happening in the women's tournament. There's a bunch of teams that are sick with norovirus. It's going through the Olympic Village. And so Sportsnet ran an article today that was like Matthew Tkachuk came out and was like, we want the full Olympic experience. So we're going to stay in the village, which is an option for all athletes.
Sure.
So Matthew and Brady are sharing a room and they're joking about pushing their beds together to make like double bed and all that jazz. Anyway,
There's so much room for activities.
So much room for activities. Right. There you go.
Right.
And Team Canada they stayed in the village for a couple of days and then they went to like hotels instead. And I think they're going to stay there instead so they can be kind of away from people and not mingle. But like they interviewed some people and I forget who they interviewed, but they were like, I can walk around the Olympic Village and no one knows who I am. But as soon as like Crosby walks through the Olympic Village, he is mugged by like, all of the athletes. Like it's just the same as if they're fans, right?
I saw a clip of McDavid and he had taken 5 or 6 selfies with people before he could actually get in the door. He wanted to get into.
Same thing.
Yeah.
So I think their mindset is let's just get away from all that.
Yeah.
And focus, right?
Focus.
Yeah. I'm curious how it'll turn out. We'll see if all of Team USA comes down with norovirus.
Well, I was just going to say it might end up being the smart decision if everyone was honestly that sick. I saw some clips of Finland played yesterday, and they didn't look like they were sluggish.
I would imagine they had to,
but it's a team that's not feeling very well, and they didn't want to miss another game, and I actually felt bad for them watching them because they're honestly better than that, and they looked, you know what I mean? They didn't look well. Yeah, looked pretty tired, and that's fair enough.
It's based on a personal experience of, trying to find a hotel in Montreal on the F1 weekend.
Yeah.
I'm curious how Canada managed to get these hotel rooms.
True, eh?
money.
Yeah, money talks.
Oh
Money
my
talks.
goodness.
When you've got a bunch of like most athletes who go to the Olympics are not professional. That's like the big thing about the Olympics. They're amateur athletes.
Yeah.
And then you've got 25 Canadian walking in with, $100 million contracts. I think they can find some hotel rooms.
Yeah. I'd like to look at another team that I don't think will be a joke. Team Sweden, I think, is going to, just to read you off some lines, I'd like to start with the defensive pairings for you, since we just talked about the pairings in the US. But when you think about it, so Hedman and Dahlin, then Forsling and Carlson, then OEL and Rasmus Andersson, Broberg and Lindholm.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Yep. There's that. All right. I'm glad they're not in our group. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah. I just don't think they'll be, they are not going to be pushovers. I don't think, and I think they could upset anybody. Then your 4 lines, the projected lines, I'm on the NHL's website. You got Jesper Bratt, Zibanejad, and Nylander playing together. Then you have Forsberg, Pettersson, and Lucas Raymond. Then your 3rd line is Kempe, Eriksson Ek, and Raquel. And then your 4th line is Landeskog, Lindholm, and Wenberg. And as extra skaters, Pontus made the trip.
Legendary Leaf.
Yeah, so there's Bergie. You know what I mean? I do have a signed Holmberg jersey here. That's just, what do I do?
Do you really?
Yeah, do I make it into a quilt? Like what?
Why do they always have a guy like that? There's like him. At one time, it was Aki Berg.
Heck yeah, it was Aki Berg.
Like,
don't forget Uncle Leo.
Uncle Leo.
That's right.
Top
a
goal
guy
scoring
like
in the KHL that year after that. Like generational talent.
Yeah.
So good, Marchand wanted to lick him.
Yeah. Yeah, it's yeah, exactly. That's like there's no reason they couldn't, do an upset, right? And like Sweden and Finland they're pretty notorious for playing, like, I guess you could call it like a tournament style.
Yes.
Very defense heavy. type of game. Some of this stuff, I don't know how much like the preconceived notions from past years are gonna, like, we haven't seen NHL players at the Olympics for a long time. We haven't seen a lot of these particular players at the Olympics for a while. So I don't know how much of that's going to be the case. But traditionally, it's like Sweden's always been hard to play against. They play like a low, like they defend hard. They try to eliminate. They figure defense is going to be the biggest thing that's going to consistently keep them moving from one game to the next. And the way they're kind of built, I mean, they'll be able to play like that, pretty easily.
So I wonder if a lot of that comes down to like the Swedish development teams. Like when we see them in the World Juniors, or we see them at the Olympics and Spangler Cups before this, like non-NHL players are playing and they're still playing in like their development system where like the systems are drilled into them.
Yes.
This being an entirely NHL roster.
Yes.
Have they lost that? Like, are they going to drift from that? Like, are we going to see a different Team Sweden than we typically see? I'm not sure.
I had the same question, and I think it's interesting because, like you said, they've probably had the same management group in place for a while. I mean, like Swedish, what's it called now? Is it the Swedish Hockey League or the Elite League? Or
it used to be the Swedish Elite League. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like it changed. Anyways, they've kind of had their own management staff and they've been working with Swedish players, non-NHL players, but now all of a sudden you've got entirely
whole roster. Yeah.
Yeah. Completely different, fairly experienced roster that's used to playing a North American style game. How does that conversation go between them and the coaches and management? Like, how do they figure that out? Yeah, I think it's a good question, right?
I'm really curious what we'll see, right?
Yeah,
it's a very distinct thing. I totally agree with what you're saying. Whenever we would meet Finland or Sweden in like the World Juniors, even though there was some CHL players, a lot of them would come from their leagues within the country or the area, and there was a very distinct way they played. Like you could tell they were coached very well because they were all coached the same thing, even if not from the same coach.
Exactly.
So I'm really curious what's going to come out of the gate for these guys. It could be a very NHL style game, or maybe they go back to their roots. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Something I was curious too, talking about Sweden, were you guys surprised with who the captain is? I'm a big boy. I can take it if you don't agree. I'm a big boy.
I should have been Willie. Once he flipped off the camera, I thought that is leadership material right there. No, being serious, I'm not surprised. I know Tyson was going to say something, so I'm going to keep mine short. But I am not surprised it was Landeskog.
I'm not. I wasn't surprised, and as a matter of fact, I kind of smiled, like happy for him. To be honest, that's the truth. He's had quite the path to get here, and it's. If you had told me 2 years ago he'd be the captain of Team Sweden, I wouldn't have believed you. You know what I mean? So, like, good for him.
I'd like to imagine that I don't know how these things work, but I'm assuming they probably left it up to Hedman and Landeskog. They've known each other forever. They're a similar age. They've been in the league a long time. And I feel like those guys probably talked and Hedman was like, listen, man, like, this might be your last one. Like, I guess I did it before. Go ahead or whatever, right? Like, I don't know. I assume there's something like that.
I don't think you'd have a worry with stuff like that. I think he's one of those guys that just commands like a super level of respect from people, I think. Like everybody loves him, right? And it's quite a comeback story too. Like, I think it just kind of...
I won't get into it here, but I have a lot of thoughts on how the AF season has gone with that about him, but...
Yeah.
For another episode, but so I guess the other big one of the four nations, I guess we haven't talked about is Finland.
Yeah.
AKA like the Dallas Stars and the Avalanche for the most part.
And no Barkov.
Yeah, that's such a huge.
When he got hurt at the beginning of the year, I didn't feel a bit of sympathy for Florida. I was very sad for Finland.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's
Totally
fair.
agree. Totally agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what I have it looks like it's from like a Finnish reporter, the lines as of yesterday. So you got a top line of Rantanen, Hintz, Granlund. Second line, Lehkonen, Aho, Teravainen. Third line, Luosterainen, Lindell, Kakko. And the fourth line of Tolvanen, Haula, and Armia with Kasperi Kapanen as and Yoel Kiviranta there, who's also an Av as the last forward.
It's not Kasperi Kapanen, isn't Oliver Kapanen?
Oh, did I get the wrong one? I just thought it was
Wrong
Kasperi
Kapanen.
Kapanen. Is it not him?
According to NHL.com, the lines from February 7th had Oliver Kapanen in there.
I didn't even know there
Kasperi.
was an Oliver Kapanen.
He plays for Montreal.
That's awesome.
The Western bias.
In 57 games this year for the Habs, he has 18 goals, 13 assists for 31 points.
I should probably know who he is, I guess.
But I loved your recreation of Kasperi Kapanen.
I'm not gonna lie, I just wanted to do it.
I know. I feel that.
I didn't even
As a
notice.
Leafs
I
fan.
jumped in.
Just one of that was Jim Houston's best moment.
Sure. We'll go with that. Best.
Best moment in terms of there's not much to choose from. Moving on.
Wow.
These third lines right across the board are like awesome.
Yeah, right?
Makes me think they're not actually third lines. They're just like,
Yeah.
that's just the line we wrote down third.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, pretty I mean, yeah, that's even without Barkov, which is again massive loss. That's still fairly deep. Imagine if they had, you could have gone Barkov, Hintz, Aho as your three centers. That's not bad.
Not bad.
And then you've got so for defensemen, Heiskanen and Esa Lindell, Mikkola Ristolainen, Mata, Yokiharu, Lehtinen, and Montenpalo.
Thank you so much for reading the lines.
Yes.
I did Team USA. I feel lucky.
I was going through this and I'm like, oh, I know these guys, except for Captain.
I know,
guess.
and you can anyway, reading it's different.
Yeah, that's right.
It is.
The big question mark, and we kind of talked about this a little bit in the last pod is Saros. I'm still, I don't know, maybe people are writing him off. I don't know. I still feel like he's got that like tournament style, like this is a type of thing where if he shows up and it's Vezina Saros, I mean, he'll steal a couple of games. Like I feel like he can do that.
I'm always scared of that in these tournaments, that you could be the hottest team there, but if you get goalied one game, you're just,
That's it.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm actually willing to say Saros coming in is like Binnington for Four Nations.
Yeah, that's
There was a lot of questions about if he had given up the GOAT and then he put on a great performance. Like, you see Saros is, if he returns to form, could goalie a game easy. Like, no problem.
For sure.
So is he too far in his career where that's not possible? I don't know. But he reminded me of Binnington before Four Nations.
I get that.
Now, Binnington now, different discussion. We can have that if we want, but we don't have to either. But that was my impression.
I get that.
I think it's a great comparison, and I totally see what you mean with that. Like,
Here's to UC Saros.
We hope you have a great tournament until we might play you.
yeah, exactly. Only the other one I just thought was interesting. I mean, we can get into more of them if you guys want. I don't know how long you want to spend, but quickly, I thought we should talk about Czechia. If we've learned one thing about Czechia, they have earned our attention.
It's true.
That's fair.
10:40 Eastern time
So
on
there's
Thursday morning.
nobody-
We play them.
There you go.
Nobody on this team over the age of 23, right?
Nobody remembers what they've done to us in the World Juniors.
That's right.
Yeah.
I am definitely going to struggle with some of the names. I don't feel like I know all of them, but
Throw Gary to the Wolves. Make him do one.
yeah, that's right. I don't know. I think most of these guys. I think they're all. These are all NHL guys. So you've got top line, Nature's Hurdle Pasternak. That's a pretty.
Mhm.
That's a pretty scary line. Next, you've got Palat. You may know David Kampf. And how do you say it?
Second line center David Kampf.
That's him. His chance.
There's something.
And oh boy, Case. Is it Andre Kass? Oh boy, I shouldn't be doing this.
Oh, they're not going to listen to the podcast now.
No, they're definitely
Kasha.
not. And quickly, we got Cervenka, Sedlak, Tomaszek, third line, and the fourth line, Stransky, Foxa. That's Radek Foxa from Dallas, and Dominic Kubalik. Now on defense, it's interesting. There's a couple of guys I thought I was like, okay. You got Philip Hronik, who was Quinn Hughes' partner in Vancouver. Simek. I feel like I'm saying that wrong.
You're good.
Second pair, Kempny, Radko Gudas. I don't know if Radko Gudas can do what he normally
Can
does.
he keep up? Yeah. Like what?
in this tournament, but
I'd like to see him. I'd like to see him go up to the goal and scream in Binnington's face.
yeah, that guy, man, is a monster hitter.
Oh, man.
he is brutal. And Spacek and Ruda. I forget his first name, but I know. So yeah, they're definitely you want to talk about your more typical names.
Well, I'd like to give, they don't feel, Czechia doesn't feel as deep to me. But can I just run you through their PP1? So
if you got
it doesn't feel like a deep team, but on their first power play unit, you have Palat, Hurdle, Natchez, Pasta, and Hronik.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what's on power play 2?
Dave
You have to survive power play 1. If you survive power play
That's
1.
fair. Fair enough.
But
Yeah.
I mean, that's yeah,
It's as good a power play as any other big team.
it is.
For sure.
But it
I mean,
partially, I don't want to knock it, but it partially feels like that's what they got, though. Like they threw everything onto, yeah.
I
There's
think
some teams like Canada and US that are going to roll 4 lines, and then there's some teams where the top line is going to be playing 35 minutes a game.
Yep. It'll be
like-
line 1-2, 1-3, 1-4, 1-1. Every second shift is line 1.
I'm looking at you, Germany.
Stutzle to Draisaitl, the Stutzle to Draisaitl. Yeah. That's what's interesting though, is because like you Natchez, Hurdle, Pastor, like they all play big minutes anyway.
Yes, they
So
do.
like to ask them to go into a tournament like this and play huge minutes, I think they're going to be like, yeah, sure. You know,
Honestly.
no problem.
It'll be normal. Yep.
And that's quite the line, to be fair. Like that's,
oh, absolutely. Yeah.
yeah. After that, it falls off a bit, but yeah, that first line is as good as any.
Where they're going to get you is on the penalty kill. 3 lines of solid penalty killers.
David Camp will come for you.
I
joke on him, but I give him a lot of credit to like, I want to still play. And he went and found a role in a struggling Canucks team that needed a centerman. And so he goes from playing fourth line to the Pine to not playing at all in Toronto to second line center in Vancouver.
Yeah.
And he's
Wasn't
never
it-
not been, no matter what happened in Toronto, he's never not been a great face-off guy, to be honest.
No.
Like he was always clutch with that. It just not so much with anything else. So, Kaja's underrated too. I see him on he's going to be reunited with Camp. Just he has moments, Jay. Like he the other two will tell you too. He just has moments. Like you don't hear tell of him for 3 games, and all of a sudden he was clutch in something. You know what I mean? But yeah, that first line.
Yep. Yeah. So, I mean, if we had more time, I mean, I'd be happy to look into some of the other ones. But, yeah, Germany. I think you can all guess.
Yeah.
who's going to be doing the heavy lifting there? I like Draisaitl's quotes. That's a whole other thing. But when they asked
from Edmonton before he went
yes.
out, or just like about the Olympics? Okay.
Yeah. Exactly.
I didn't know if he said something about the tournament. Yeah.
Oh no. It's just before that. Before his comments before their last game, they're asking like, what's it going to be like, facing McDavid instead of being on the same team. He pauses and he's like, well, scary for him.
I mean, what's he supposed to say then?
I know, right?
Like,
I know.
Just crack
That's
a joke
awesome.
and move on.
Like exactly. But yeah, I'm pumped, boys.
I'm excited.
I'm ready to roll.
So is everybody clear on the overtime rules of this tournament? Because it seems like every international tournament is slightly different. So I looked them up. So in preliminary rounds, it is a
I feel like
5-minute.
Yeah.
A 5-minute period, 3-on-3, with then a shootout afterward. In any qualification round, so like quarterfinals, semifinals, bronze medal games, they are 10 minutes of 3-on-3. So they're still playing 3-on-3, followed by a shootout. In the gold medal game, full 20-minute period, sudden death, no shootout, 3-on-3.
Yep.
Like, could you imagine like triple overtime of 3-on-3? They're never going to get there. It'll be over in 6 minutes, right? Like,
I know, man. And I think
it almost bothers me in that situation. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah,
Play 5
it's a
on
gold
5,
medal game. Like
golden goal.
did they?
I do like it
that?
better than going to a shootout for a gold medal.
Me
game.
too.
Oh,
Just
for sure.
It should
play
be
till there's a
5-on-5.
winner.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
absolutely.
that's how you got there was 5-on-5. Like it just
it's
feels
the last
very,
game of the tournament, so like
Let
you
her
don't have
go.
a time
Let her
constraint.
roll.
Just let her
Yeah.
go. Yeah.
I'm not sure if they changed because I feel like we looked at this like maybe like it was like 3 or 4 months ago. I or something. We were looking at the overtime rules.
Yeah, we had this conversation. Yeah,
But I thought and I thought the gold medal game was 5-on-5, and I could be wrong.
So,
and they might have changed it.
So I'm reading from the IIHF TV.
Yeah.
Sorry for you know what I'm saying.
Yes, I know what you mean.
So this is the 2026 Olympic Winter Games Men's Ice Hockey Tournament rulebook.
Yep.
And under overtime operations, there's overtime procedure in playoff games. And it says, in the gold medal game, 20-minute sudden death overtime periods will be played until the winning goal is scored. Between each period, there's an 18-minute intermission, blah, blah.
Yep.
The overtime period shall be played with each team at a numerical strength of 3 skaters and 1 goalie. The team which scores a goal in overtime is declared the winner, just in case you need clarification on that.
3-on-3.
Wow. Okay. Yep. That's it. Yeah, that's it.
Wow.
That's brutal.
I just yeah.
Yeah. I'll double up on the blood pressure pills, boys. Comes out
Yeah, it all starts for us Thursday, 10:40 a.m. So I work from home and I'm able to watch the game at any time. Tyson, I know you're a little different. So I'm just saying.
Yep, I hear you.
We won't set any spoilers.
Yeah, I was coming up with strategies for things today. Oh yeah.
Gotcha.
Are you feeling a little under the weather, Jeremy? Maybe you should work from home on Thursday. I hear a sniffle in your voice from here.
Right. Should set in there in a few days, I would imagine.
That's too funny.
Yeah. So,
All right,
yeah,
guys.
we'll come back and recap some of the round robin games. I imagine once those go on, there'll be lots to talk about.
100%. All right, guys. Thanks for listening, everybody. Like, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and keep your stick on the ice.
Thank you, Big 8.